Hi, my name is Priyanka and welcome to my YouTube channel. Through today's video, I'll show you some of the main highlights of Alaska from my recent road trip. Alaska, a dream destination for many, a giant enormous state where cultures have been preserved with pride. We flew into Anchorage and here is where our road trip starts. We are on our way to Denali National Park along the scenic Denali Highway. Denali Highway is one of the most spectacular drives in the world. Denali is stunningly beautiful. You can go into the park using your own vehicle up to the Savage River Bridge, and that's what we did on our first day. However, to go further inside, you will have to use one of the national park buses. On our shuttle, driver provided us information on wildlife and the landscape throughout the trip. We went up to Kantishna and also visited Wonder Lake. In Alaska, every few miles you could observe lakes and rivers. There are actually more than 3,000 rivers and 300,000 lakes in Alaska. Mount Denali is the highest mountain in North America. Many people are not able to get a glimpse of it because it is usually covered in clouds. Though we were lucky enough to get a view of its peaks because it was a sunny day. It was 10 p.m. here and we still had sunlight. If we were there in June, we would have experienced 24 hours of sunlight, and that's why Alaska is called the land of midnight sun. After our tour of Denali National Park, we went to Fairbanks and from there we continued to McCarthy. This 49th state of Union, as well as the largest and most sparsely populated, is a land where Mother Nature reigns and natural wonders can be found around every turn. Wild and beautiful Alaska is home to majestic mountains, glaciers, huge tracts of forested land, and some of the planet's most varied extremes of cold, heat, rain, snow, and wind. After Fairbanks, we visited McCarthy, driving along the Richardson Highway and Parks Highway. Again, both these highways offer stunning views of the natural landscape that Alaska has to offer. It is one of the oldest highways which connect Valdez and Fairbanks. This drive literally took us through the spectacular and narrow Keystone Canyon, and from Valdez to Delta Junction we saw the Alaska pipeline which parallels the highway. From there we went to Valdez and we did a cruise of 8 hours, which I have covered in a separate video. Please check that out as well. And after Valdez we continued on to Seward, Whittier and Homer. Homer's Bit at the tip of the Kenai Peninsula is one of the most beautiful towns. It has a 4.5 miles walk where you can experience the ocean to the extreme horizon, and I really enjoyed here a lot. It also has lots of shops and a few eateries. We took a boat ride, then hiked up to Glacier Lake. It was quite peaceful and at times extremely scary. There were lots of warnings of active bears there, but thankfully didn't encounter any. And also there were no people on the trail, and that made that hike very scary for us. We then took a cruise tour of the Kenai Fjords National Park and Glacier the next day from Seward. Though the weather was rough and raining and the waters were choppy, certainly not the best day for a cruise. But since it was the last cruise of the season, we decided to do it anyways. Kenai Fjords, where the land challenges the sea with talon-like peninsula and rocky headlands, while the sea itself reaches inland with long fjords and hundreds of quiet bays and coves. Our journey concludes with the amazing Alaska Railroad round trip from Seward to Anchorage and back. The rail offers some of the most extravagant views that are not visible when traveling by car. Along the way, we got to see the ocean, glaciers, waterfalls, lakes, rivers, streams, bridges, and wildlife like bears, hare, moose, and caribou. If we had more time, we would have done more of the railroad travel. The rail operates only 4 months a year with daily departures from mid-May to mid-September. Each train has only one departure per day. Here, mountains and glaciers fill the ever-changing panoramas of our windows. Our route was the most scenic, but any route is more scenic than your average train ride. conclusion, I would definitely encourage you to visit Alaska. 7 to 10 days at a minimum are required to get a feel of this wonderful place. The places covered here are the ones that are easily accessible by road. So happy travels and keep exploring. Thank you for visiting my channel, and please leave your valuable comments and suggestions and let me know what you liked or disliked about the video. Stay tuned for more videos. Also, please check out my other videos. Do subscribe and like my channel. Also, I have made a separate video on spectacular photos taken in Alaska. Do watch that video along with this. I feel extremely blessed to share my experience with you. Again, thank you so much for visiting my channel.